Welcome, guys, to the Metallurgy Spotlight. This is an awesome mod. It's a huge mod. It's ginormous. It's amazing. It completely changes the way you play Minecraft. The mod is actually based on expanding mining and making alloys and crafting stuff and getting better tools and better metals and more armor. And of course, I am wearing right now adamantium armor, which is actually the best armor in game, which looks amazing when texturing. Oh my god. So let's start where every mod starts, with its ore generation. So this is not the entire ore generation, just the basics. We will add more generation later on when we get to it. But this is the very basic start when you mine. So this is copper, this is tin, and this is manganese. Of course there are copper blocks which look as so, and bricks look at so. Of course, all recipes can be found in the wiki. The wiki is actually pretty good. This is Metallurgy 3.2.2, but the same recipes are from Metallurgy 2, which is the wiki that I am linking in the description. This is tin, which is also has its bricks, and manganese right here. So you got this from the basics, and you mine, and you got all of that, and now you can make stuff with it. So for bronze, you need to take 1 copper dust and 1 tin dust. Now to get tin or copper dust, there's a few ways. Of course, you can use a macerator or a pulverizer if you're using those. But if you're using only this mod, you have these crushers. Now you need dust to make better metals, better alloys. So if we look right here, we have crushers which are crushing ores into dust. Now if we look right here, and throw a gold ore in there, you will see it quickly goes up. This is a steel crusher, of course, and I'll tell you how to craft this in a second, like how it is made. And there you go, gold dust, you got twice as much. Something important to note. So basically this is a crusher, and this very basic crusher. It's made out of cobble and like sticks, very simple. Then you move on to the copper, which you just surround this crusher with copper, then you surround it with bronze, then you surround it with iron, and then steel. It's quite simple, but it is very hard. It's very hard to because in order to get the iron one, you have to have these and these first. I recommend using them if you don't have any other mod installed, but if you have like a pulverizer, that might be the better call. So let's say you got your dust and stuff, and you got a bunch of dust, and you want to make, let's say, bronze. So to make bronze, you're gonna need copper and tin. So 1 copper dust, 1 tin dust equals 2 bronze dust. Now bronze is it's a bit lower than iron. It's not as durable, but it has the same abilities as in speed and mining level, so it can mine diamonds. It's good if you're like in a rush to get caving and get moving before you got your basic iron. Now next is hepatizen. Now hepatizen is made by bronze dust and gold. It's a good metal. I'm not saying it's not. It's quite enchantable. It has its ups. It's a good upgrade for your bronze tools to move a bit better than iron, but not as good as the more advanced ones, which are not much harder to make. So bronze plus gold equals hepatizen. Moving on, you got iron and bronze equals Damascus steel. So Damascus steel it's good. It has good durability, it has the mining level of iron, quite useful. Next is I practiced this like for 5 minutes. Angemelin. Angemelin, that's just 5 minutes of practice to pronounce that right. I'm probably mentally retarded. Anyway, to make angemelin, you take iron and gold. Now this has the same mining level as iron, meaning it can mine diamonds. That's the level of it. It has better speed, not by much though. What it does have is really good enchantability, like as good as gold, but it has the same durability as iron. So this is a very good upgrade over your iron tools, but I wouldn't do this unless you have a ton of excess gold and you just want to upgrade a bit. Now next is steel, which this is the highest tier metal in the basic metal section. Oh, sorry. To make this, you just take iron dust and manganese dust. Of course, manganese is world spawn, so it's just mineable, and you get that. So that's how you make steel. Steel is 3 times as durable as iron. It has the same mining level as diamond, which means it can mine obsidian. Very, very useful. And it is just as fast as diamond tools. Now, of course, diamonds are more durable and are better in total, but this is still a very good option when you start out to get your steel armor, which is very good and very strong. So these are the base metals and how you make them. Now, of course, you have the crushers, which are made of these metals, and that's it for the basic metals. So we'll move on in a bit. Hello guys, welcome back. We are moving to the next section of this mod spotlight. So this section is gonna be about the precious metallurgy section, which in the section over here looks like this. So what this section add is zinc, silver, and platinum to the world generation. So these spawn randomly in the world. Platinum is a bit more rare than usual, and of course there are more recipes to it. You can make some of this brass, which is copper plus zinc makes brass, and silver plus gold make this electrum. Now electrum is highly enchantable with its tools and stuff, but this is actually not really the point of this section. This section is a complete overhaul to the trading system. So you can see right here I got a villager. He's very cute, a bit angry that I trapped him, but he's gonna have to survive there until we're ready. So right here it is a mint. You can see I cannot right click it, it has no interface. I do have a lever next to it and I have this next to it. So this is a mint storage. In here you can stick your ingots. So you can stick platinum, some more of the precious ones that you cannot stick zinc and silver, but you can put platinum, brass and electrum in it. So I'll just show you. Let's say we take electrum, okay? So electrum ingots, throw them in here, and we got this mint. So the overhaul that the authors have made to this system is trading. Now you have coins in the game, and you use coins to trade. So this is basically a change from emeralds to something a bit more based, a bit more organized. So to use this, you can take one of these electrum ingots and right click, and then you see it goes into the mint, and if I give it a redstone signature, it makes a coin. Now of course I already have one. So let's count how many uses this have. So 1, 2. Now of course something I forgot to mention, if you have a chest, and that's how you put it right, we'll move the lever. And let's say you put the lever right here. So I got this here. And let's just, for this test's sake, put this away. Now you can see we have in here electrum, platinum will throw as well. It's also something you can use. Now when I give this a redstone signal, it's going to take one and throw it in the chest, and that's how you get coins. And right click every time, it has this awesome animation, and they all go into the chest. So that's how you get coins to get trading with the villagers. So let's get some coins, and one more. And there we go, 4 bottles of enchanting. Awesome. Welcome back guys. I forgot to mention one thing. The mod also adds chests to the game, bigger chests. So we got a brass chest, we got a silver chest, we got a gold chest, an electrum chest, and a platinum chest. Now you can see the sizes. It's a 6 times 9, then we got an 8 times 9, then a 9 times 9, then a 9 times 10, and a 9 times 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all really awesome chests. In order to craft this one, you have to craft this one and surround it by this material. So you're now gonna surround the normal chest by brass, then silver, and move on and on. Welcome back guys. We are just gonna go into the utilities part of the mod. So the utilities part of the mod adds all of these ores, and this TNT, and the magnesium igniter, and a bunch of other stuff. And you can make tar, which is really awesome. But more importantly, I'm gonna start with the TNT, of course. So LE TNT is TNT that has quite a good radius, but it does not destroy any ores. So if we use the match to light it up, also an item, and it's basically has the 128. Yeah, you just saw it did not blow up the coal. Let's try it again. Bam, huge explosion. The ores were not touched. But on the other hand, if we have HE TNT, this has a much bigger range, but it blows up ores. Boom. You can see I knocked backwards even then. Another thing about this TNT, it even blows up in water. So this is the HE TNT. And, oh, odd. You see this huge chunk of water? This was blown up earlier. Well, mysteries. Other than that, there are some very useful uses here. You have the magnesium igniter, which let's go into survival. Of course, all recipes are in, yeah, you can see right here, and has about the same uses as the match. It's like a flint and steel, basically. So, that's a few stuff about the utilities one. It has more useful stuff. You can use tar to make some instead of sticky stuff, and a few other stuff all around. Potash and bitumen. Definitely go explore it in the wiki. Of course, I'm not gonna go over everything. I want you guys to check some stuff yourself. This is really a great mod. So we're gonna move to the next section. One sec. Hello guys, welcome back. I've just started setting up actually for the fantasy part of the mod, but then I realized it is ginormous. Look at this, it's really big. Has a lot to it, a lot of mining stuff, a lot of small information. So I'm going to go over the basics. All of these over here are ore generation, quite regular. Example is Promethium right here. Oh, look at that, so beautiful. Anyway, Promethium is right here. It's sort of a minuscule version of iron armor. It's quite cheap. It's very low durability. It's okay. So this is deep iron, has its uses. Just another metal. This is another one. This is orlium. More. This is mithril. Very good. This is rubricium. You have to actually get some better tools to mine it, which is quite nice. Over here is, let me check exactly. It is orcalicum. The names they came up with this is, let's say I like them. So this is the adamantine. So what I am going to do is I'm going to show you the armor of these stuff and how good it is. So I'm going to set up in a second and I'll show you in a minute. Welcome back guys. So if you can look at me right now, you're going to see I got some orange-ish armor on me. This is the best armor in Metallurgy. So it is called Tartarite armor, and it's part of the fantasy section of this mod. So last section you saw how the smelters work. Now of course there's a machine that added by the Nether section of this mod. Now this is the fantasy one. It adds a bunch of ores. I couldn't possibly get through them. What I am gonna go through though is some of the recipes. So to make black steel, which actually is what all of the elements that I'm going to call out right now are better than diamond. So if you combine them right and you get it all correct from this mod, you get better stuff that is better than diamond. So you can make black steel from dark iron, which is right here, and infused collium, which is right here. This one right here. If you mix these two together, you get stuff that's better than diamond. Also, you can get some quicksilver out of mithril and silver. So you remember this is mithril? Actually, don't remember. And silver is from right over here. If you can remember our last section of the, well, it wasn't that, it was 2 sections ago. It was from the precious section. More than that, you can make some haderif. Now haderif is also very good. It's made out of this stuff, the mithril. I think I'm saying that right. If not, well, too bad. And rubrachium, which is right here, this. Also very, very nice. More than that, we have kelengo, which is made out of orichalcum and platinum. So this orichalcum and platinum is from the precious right over there. More than that, tartrite. So tartrite is a bit, it's not more complicated, but it's much rarer. So to make tartrite, you need these two. This is adamantine, right over here, the red stuff, and atlaris, which is this yellow stuff. Now, these by themselves are very, very strong. They're by themselves stronger than diamond. The difference between them is that atlaris is a bit better, not by much. It is, though, a bit better. If we can look at the stats, let's look at atlaris. So let's take by the swords. 8 damage, and adamantine, let's take that too, is also 8 damage. But you can see right in the bottom, right over here, adamantine is the same durability as diamond tools. 1551 durability, 1551 hits. Well, this one has 200 more hits. So atlaris is a bit better, though both of them are quite amazing. And mixed together you get tartarus, which is this set right here, as I am wearing. Now this is just a small showcase of some of the armor and how it looks. I love this one. This is the mithril one. I mean, I look like Neo or something. Look at this. How boss is that, right? I'm like, I could go to a Tron movie. So, anyway, that is the fantasy section. There's a lot more to it. Please go to the mod, download it, go to the wiki. You can get a whole bunch more stuff. And what this mod more adds is the following. So, you got the ores and stuff and the more metals and stuff. But, have you ever wanted to cook better? I mean, using coal all the time, that's like mining, it never ends, right? What you can do is this. So we have abstractors. Now abstractors are made from a bunch of stuff, mostly the metals in front of us, and just in sake of showcasing, I am going to place down the tartarite and abstractor. Now you might be saying, what does this do, Tegan? Tegan, tell us please, what does this do? So let's get some bottles of enchanting. And let's get some ore. Let's say some gold ore. And let's go to survival. I'm wearing mithril right now. So let's say I throw this, throw this in there. And I throw this in here. You should see it's, I think my, okay guys, I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry about that, welcome back. So let's get back into the abstractor. So we just placed down the ultra abstractor. Now I'm pretty sure I placed down, here is another book to report that the mod is. They do a lot of work, but sometimes they mess up. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this is the Atlaris abstractor, I guess. So how do you use this? So you either get astral silver dust, promethium dust, or karma dust, which is all part of the fantasy part of this mod, and you place it in this bottom slot. So let's take the karma dust for example. Then you stick your ores on the top. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant ingots. Let's say just throw some. So you see it's firing up and whoop 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 whoop. Bam. Now to just clear, let's go in creative over there. Now what this machine does, and this is very important, yeah, you can burn basically your ingots into XP. Now look how much XP that is. I'm just getting all of this XP so I can clear it out. You can see it's working up all the way. And if we change game modes, yeah, 5 levels. And every time it boots, look right down here. 6. Which you can get a lot out of ingots. So a thing that most players end up with is a lot of copper. So let's check the rates on that. Throw this in here. So let's check. We got 6 levels right now. See, it's not so much as for example the ore clothes. See, burn much more. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very nice system. So depends on the rarity of the ingot, you get more. Which this is a really cool item. So back into creative, there we go. So those are the abstractors. There's a lot of abstractors. Of course, all of the recipes are on the wiki. And of course, the better they are, the faster they go. Now let's check this. If this says, oh, will this say tartrite? Adamantine. Okay, I'm guessing there's a bug with the mod. Forget about that. I'll tell the mod authors, of course. Okay, so this has been the fantasy section of this mod. So let's move on to the next section. Welcome to the Nether ores. Hello guys, this is the Nether ores part of this mod. 1 second, they die. Okay, awesome. So this section is all about the ores that spawn in the Nether. Now all of these are stuff that spawn in the Nether randomly all around. Of course at different rates per thing. I am not going to go all over them. I am going to go through the names though. So this is Ignatius. Yep, Ignatius stuff. So you can find this in the Nether. This is shadow iron. This is lumerite. Medasium. Now Medasium is actually quite a special one. So Medasium is basically a version of gold that is much better. It has higher enchantability, higher stats, so it's really great. Definitely go and mine this. This one is Viroxerus. Over here this is Ceruclus. This is just me in all of these names. This is Alduarite. Over here is Calendrite, and this is Vulcanite, and the last one is Sanguinite. So all of those are actually quite useful in crafting recipes. So out of all of these, you can make these. So let me just clear out my inventory. So you can make shadow steel. If you can remember, this is shadow iron. You can make now shadow steel. Now this is Inoloshite. The name is very serious. Inoloshite, I think that's how you pronounce it. Amordrine is also one. Now all of these are of course useful and can be used as tools. Now Medasium can also be used as a fuel in a furnace. If you're going for like gold armor and stuff, this is definitely the one you want to use. It's very useful. So this is actually not all that the Nether section adds. Another thing it adds is right over here. So this over here is smelters. Now everyone ever thinking, you know, this is all these furnaces, you know, they're really cool and stuff, but they use coal still. And you can't really use, you know, lava. Oh yeah, these are furnaces that use lava in a rising order of efficiency. So right here, the sanguinite is the most efficient form. You can see there is some lava in here. Now if you look in the chat, we have 1000, which means 1 bucket or 1000 millibuckets out of this much, 100,000 millibuckets out of 100 buckets. So you can fit in the best one 100 buckets of lava, and it will hold it all and it will smelt. So let's say we fill this up a bit, 10,000, get a stack of ores. I should get a stack of dust. Oh, let's get some not glowstone, gold dust. 1 stack of gold dust. You see how fast it zooms through? It's really awesome. Now, just in case you're wondering, let's get some quicksilver. This is the lowest tier smelter, and goes about this fast. It's still very fast, and it's not using too much lava. So it takes about 1/10 of a lava bucket per item. Now if we can fill this up, of course, the animation on the face itself is also very cool. You can see if I fill this up, it will also go up on the meter on the outside. So those are the smelters that are very useful. Other than that, the nether ores also add some special effects on the ores themselves. They look really nice. You can notice here on these boats and stuff, so definitely look out for those. These are like the void fog, but just colored than on the block itself only. Anyway, other than that, that is it for the nether section. We are going to move on to the fantasy section. Welcome back to the final section of this mod spotlight. This is the ender. So this is metallurgy, 2 dots, ender section. This mod spotlight is coming to an end, and this is basically a little showcase of what the end has to offer from this mod. So in this spotlight, you're gonna find 2 ores: examite, and mutoid. My God, mutoid. Mutoid. Let's call it mutoid. Mutacho. Let's call it muchacho. And you also have this stuff, which is the shichalos. So Jeshichalos actually is quite special. It is probably the second best material in game. Now, you remember at earlier the fantasy I said that this yellow stuff is the second one. So it is the second one in the overworld. In the end, you can get this stuff, the Shikalo stuff, and it's quite strong. It has the second most durability by tools, and it has the second highest enchantability, only beaten by, oh sorry, my bad, it's only beaten by the Senego one. What was it called? One second. Selen. Oh, whoa. Selen. So basically this Selen stuff is actually the highest enchantable. So my bad. But this is actually quite enchantable by itself. It is definitely a tool you want to get for your silk touch stuff and your fortune. Not as much as the tartar saw stuff, because it's not as enchantable as this. So I would definitely go buy tools for this, and it's very, very nice. Now of course in the configs a lot of stuff is interchangeable, and you can turn on and off stuff, and it's all very nice. But that is it for this mod spotlight. I've been TGame14. Leave a response. It's been a really long one, I know, but it's a good one. I like it. Subscribe, rate it. I'm probably gonna break this up into 2 parts, and definitely come and watch again. Bye bye.